Hello everyone, and welcome to Lakeview Technology Academy's graduation of 2020. I'm Ina Rubinos, your class president, but you already knew that. When I originally ran for class president, giving this very speech was actually part of my platform. I didn't realize that I would be giving it during a global pandemic, but that's 2020 for you. Nothing ever goes as planned. I'm sure some of you would rather be on an actual stage, and some of you are more than ready to graduate and leave the nest. Whichever you may be, I hope my words get through to you. Something I've noticed with all of us is that we've always been told to think about the future. I know that ever since I hit middle school, teachers would constantly tell us to think of our careers after high school. And back then we didn't really care because we were 11 and 18 felt very far away. But now that we're here, it's terrifying. Some of you know what you're going to do, and to you I say go forth. However, many of us have no idea where on earth we're going. And as the state of our world keeps changing our plans for college, getting a job, and achieving our dreams, the uncertainty is higher than ever. Despite this, we've had a great 4 years at Lakeview. We've built great groups of friends, struggled through exams together, and we watched Mr. Hitman get a concussion at his last Lakeview picnic. I'm genuinely going to miss seeing all of you every day, wandering through crowded hallways and selling pizza on Tuesdays. Additionally, the staff at Lakeview has helped me, and many of you throughout our time here. From the teachers, to the office ladies, to Lori, we'll hold you all close to our hearts. So, even though the road ahead is foggy, we've built a sturdy base for ourselves. Think of your last 4 years here as the foundation for what you plan to do next. Wherever life may take you, I hope you can look back on your years here and be able to remember it fondly. Now, please stand for our national anthem, played by the Lakeview Harborside Band.
Hello all Lakeview 2020 graduates and those who join us today. I am deeply honored to be giving this speech, even if it is just in front of a teleprompter. And don't worry, I'll be much more concise than I usually am. We've come a long way from our freshman year, and this is important to realize. When you have a moment, just think about the transformations we've all gone through. We should be thankful towards the people that guided us through those confusing and difficult times. Our parents, our teachers, and each other. We form friendships that'll last a lifetime, and we shouldn't forget the amazing opportunities we've had, like the early college credit program, youth apprenticeship, the ability to take gateway classes, and many more. Now, let's get into the memories that made Lakeview, Lakeview. I don't think we could have gotten these anywhere else. I'm not going to be able to give justice to the classic daily reminders of, okay folks, it's time to go. Please make sure your tables are clear, and the infamous graveyard gal. These were the little things that I've learned to appreciate. There's just something about the laughs I've shared over those statements. And our sense of fun was a little different than other schools as well. Some might say it's lame to play Foursquare for 6 hours in the blazing heat at the picnic, which I do confess to having done. But we're Lakeview. We aren't trying to be what we aren't. Instead, this class has devoted themselves to their interests. In my experience, whether it was ROV, mock trial, Skills USA, SMV, Anime Club, or Belgraph, whether it was building a robot or hitting each other with foam swords, we gave it our all. Lakeview nourished this devotion and taught us skills for success. But this path to success won't be an easy one. I wish all of you the best of luck for our clearly uncertain futures, but luck won't cut it. Even with this class's drive and zeal, our future will no doubt be filled with twists and turns. The great philosopher Epictetus once said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of things." It's been quite clear this pandemic as a whole, for the most part, is out of our control. Yet its consequences shouldn't perturb us. Now, I'm at the point of the speech where I should go on at great lengths discussing various life advice that are, in a nutshell, vague truisms. But I don't think I have much authority on that. The reality is that everyone has unique perspectives and opinions on life. No single advice is going to somehow drastically or fundamentally change who you are. I mean, that isn't to say life advice can't be useful, but success is up to you, and only you. If you want change on any level, it has to start with you. Utilize that passion, that drive I had witnessed for these past 4 years. And as you envision and take your place in this chaotic world, remember to embrace your individualism with dignity. It's been a pleasure to have my 4 years at Lakeview with this exciting and passionate class, and I only wish for the best. Good job. Keep it up.
Congratulations to the Lakeview class of 2020. It is my honor to address you today. Lakeview is proud of each of you, and while we cannot be together today, we still want to honor you and celebrate your high school graduation. This is a milestone as an important marker in one's life. Historically, high school graduation marks the end of childhood and the entry into adulthood. While adulthood offers freedoms and choices, I encourage you to keep balance in your life. Balance comes from understanding that while things appear opposite or contradictory, when you look closer, they are connected. For example, when you look up at a mountaintop, it is beautiful, jagged, barren, and then think of the contrast to the sweeping, lush green valley, opposite, but yet beautiful in their own right. You all will experience success in your life. That feeling of success is wonderful. It is exhilarating. But success is all the more sweeter when you have experienced failure and you know that feeling too. You cannot know happiness without knowing sadness. You cannot know something is easy unless you know when something's hard. And understanding the difference between ignorance and knowledge is knowing what you don't know and knowing when you do know something. We are all connected to one another. I think we know that now more than ever before. While it is easy to focus on self, as you move through life, please remember that we are all connected to each other. Be kind, give grace, and respect to others. Seniors, you have wonderful chapters of your life ahead of you. I am honored to know you, to work with you, and I'm excited to see the paths you take. You will do great things. Before I give the most important part of my speech, we need to recognize and thank some important people. Thank you to the wonderful staff at Lakeview. Thank you for the guidance you have given our graduates, and thank you for the families and loved ones that have supported our students. Graduates, take a moment to thank these people. They care about you more than you know. Finally, here it is, the part of my address that you've been waiting for. This is the phrase you have worked for over 13 years of school for. At this time, I am honored to present the class of 2020. These 100 young men and women have completed all requirements for graduation as outlined by the Kenosha Unified School District. Congratulations.
Class of 2020, let me start by sharing that this is certainly not the graduation ceremony you, your family, or any of us in Kenosha Unified envisioned as we prepare to celebrate your many educational accomplishments. I've never expected to be addressing you in an empty space without your presence in the room. Regardless of where you are while viewing this virtual ceremony, I hope it is surrounded by family, friends, and loved ones who have helped you reach this tremendous milestone. While honoring our graduating class virtually does not come with the same pomp and circumstance of a traditional graduation, I want you to know that it does not mean that you are any less valued than those who have crossed the stage before you. In fact, it is quite opposite. Your graduating class has been called to step into the future with more purpose, vision, passion, energy, and hope than ever before. While things may have been adjusted because of the occurrence of a worldwide pandemic, I know your parents, friends, loved ones, and school staff are no less overjoyed to see you graduate and realize all that you have achieved. We know that as the class of 2020, you will find the silver lining among the crisis and use it to go out in the world stronger than ever before. I would be remiss if I did not address several groups who have guided you on this journey. My heartfelt thank you goes to your principal, administrative team, and all of the amazing staff who have provided love, dedication, compassion, and extraordinary efforts to support your learning along the way. They provide a successful pathway that will allow you to continue on your journey in life and help quench your thirst for learning well beyond high school. To parents, guardians, and family members, thank you for playing such a vital role in your child's life. You have paved a path for their success. You have been there when they needed you the most. You have been their steadfast cheerleader, providing support, time, love, and inspiration and encouragement over the years. Even though I cannot see you, I know in your heart you are celebrating this joyous moment with a bit of fear, even tears, but also excitement as this is a day they are moving on. Finally, I'd like to thank the school board, community members, and other distinguished guests gathered virtually to celebrate this joyous occasion. Graduates, as I sat down to reflect and write my speech this year, my usually simple message turned into a complex message. This is because you, class of 2020, experienced a very complex crisis in the midst of your graduating year. Adversity came to this nation and into your lives and said, "Show me what you are made of," and that you did. You will be the generation that will tell others how this pandemic thrust you into not giving up when things abruptly changed on March 13th, and how we as a nation worked through it together. Who knows, someday one of you might be writing a commencement speech about how this pandemic molded you as a person. You will be stronger because of your understanding and willingness to adjust quickly through uncharted territory that will fall upon you unexpectedly during your final year of high school. You're also a united class by having to deal with the loss of face-to-face schooling, senior prom, athletics, music concerts, and a traditional graduation. You were thrown a major curveball. Ultimately, that curveball has made you wiser. In reading your story spread throughout Kenosha News, your colleagues shared, one positive takeaway is to always cherish what you have because you never know when it will end. And I have learned to continue working hard no matter what, as well as I appreciate everything more, even the seemingly small things. When the knots of our life become so tangled, it is easy to think about those tight, tangled knots cannot be undone. Knots can be tricky and cause a tangled mess. I'm sure you felt this way too over the last several months. I've heard many say it was not supposed to be this way. You must remember that even the most tangled knots may be undone by the power of your mind. In your life, there is no knot that cannot be undone. You have the wisdom and fortitude to untangle anything. You will discover disappointments along the way. It is how you handle these disappointments that will determine your long-term success. Your willingness to accept this extremely challenging experience will stay with you for a long time. Your wisdom, fortitude, accomplishments, grit, and character will pull you through any future disappointments. Your character is forged through conflict. Failure does not define your worth. Preparation is the key. Let hope be an anchor within your soul. Whether you have one or all of these traits, your character is stronger because of this unprecedented experience you had to endure. You have succeeded because you have preparing for life's challenges, and you have hope that tomorrow will be a better day for all. I want you to believe that hope will always be the anchor of your soul, no matter what comes your way. My hope for you is that you continue to harness your education, creativity, voice, bravery to better the world. You each have the power to do so in your own unique way. You were not promised this day, and many of you had to prepare and work very hard to get here now. Now it is yours. Build on this gift. Think anew and act anew. You have the resolve, fortitude, and determination. Nothing, not even this pandemic, can take away your sense of accomplishments. Never take anything for granted. Confidence and faith are the two biggest traits that will get you through anything. Build a stronger and brighter future as this crisis has taught you to be open to adversity and has called you to have hope. As I close, please remember the greatest adventure is what lies ahead. Always remember you are braver than you believe, and stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Behind you are all your memories, and while before you are your dreams. And all around you are those who love you, and within you all you need. Take pride in how far you've come. Have faith in how far you can go. And above all, do not forget to enjoy the adventure. Perhaps we learned a lesson through all of this that we should try to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Keep the positivity of hope and faith alive as two enduring forces that remain with you. Here's to you, graduating class of 2020, to the class that commenced a new way forward, a class anchored in hope, adversity, and confidence. My heart goes out to you. Bravo, class of 2020, and may God bless you. And so, on behalf of Kenosha Unified School District's Board of Education, administrators, and staff who have had the privilege of working with you, I congratulate each and every one of you on your many accomplishments. And by the authority given to me by the school board of the Kenosha Unified School District, it is my honor to endorse each graduate of the class of 2020 and award you with a high school diploma accepting all rights and responsibilities thereof. Thank you.
Sophia Linda Aguilar, Gerardo Almazan, Sidney K. Anderson, Ty Benjamin Anderson, John M. Andrus, Adam Joseph Arnold, Jeth Richard Balabagno, Maya Barajas, Grace Mary Bordeaux, Nino Vincent Breeden, Amaya Janae Brown, Jacqueline Elizabeth Burns, Kevin Riley Carpenter, Connor John Christensen, Tabitha N. Clark, Benjamin P. Connell, Claudia Ann Kofer, Colton Crosby, Haley Mariah Dahl, Daniela Davison, Matthew Ryan Deacon, Tyler Ethan Dembski, Jasmine Denise Drain, Andrew Robert Eklund, Isaac Christopher Estelle, Delia Noel Glukowski, Shalon J. Gogan, Nicholas Anders Gottberg, Faith Evelyn Griffith, Hans Robert Guttormson, Braden A. Ham, Zachary Thomas Hermanson, Jacob Michael Hoffman, Zachary Allen Hoffmeyer, Joshua Thomas Itchan, Joseph Thomas Jabs, Xavier E. Jackson, Erin Nicole Hereda, Alyssa Johnson, Taylor Scott Johnson, Jacob Mason Jones, Valerie Colette Cayley, Emmett Lauren Kegler, Christopher Joseph Klein, Elena Angeline Kobal, Joshua David Coleman, Adelia Elise Komornica, Anna Victoria Kruger, Cameron Jamie Lee, Christopher James Lee, Tyler Chance LeMay, Peyton Michael Leonardelli, Catherine Bronte Lasavich, Jenna Marie Lewandowski, Gary James Lean, Maxwell Lewis Lindquist, Fiona Simone Lindsay, Matthew Ivan Loomis, Camden R. Losh, Jacob Andrew Marker, Ian Quinn Mattson, Lauren Marie McKeon, Ryan Joseph Moyer, Lydia Ann Nelson, Stanley Anselm Nicholson, Carly S. Neiman, Emily Grace Noel, Adam Jeffrey Orr, Alaric Todd Paredes, Samantha Lynn Pendleton, Alexis Angelina Perez, Anthony Tyler Pontillo, Nathan Quetz, Chloe Ray Rasmussen, Nathaniel Andrew Roquam, Hannah Anastasia Rose, Ina Victoria Rubinos, Elmer Ohanis Ruiz Rivera, Hunter John Runyard, Jude M. Shills, Christian Alexander Sees, Haven S. Slater, Drew Curtis Smith, Jacob Michael Spino, Adam Joseph Zvatek, Angelica Julia Tenuta, Gray Alexander Tucker, Ryan James Uberfluss, Nicholas Michael Van Lanningham, Abigail Louise Ventura, Jessica Marie Voas, Josiah Voigt, Stephen Walser, Justin W. Werner, Grace Catherine Weinke, Jackson Ramsey Wilk, Noah Daniel Wilson, Zachary N. Wilson, Evan Yu, Jared W. Ziegelbauer,
Good evening, friends, parents, relatives, teachers, staff, distinguished guests, and Lakeview Technology Academy's class of 2020. I'm proud to say that after 4 crazy, tough, exciting, and challenging years here at Lakeview, we finally made it. While none of us would have expected to close our final chapter of high school in this way, this is sure to be one chapter in our lives that we will not soon forget. When we began our high school careers in 2016, we might not have known what to expect or even what high school was supposed to be like. But when we made the decision to attend Lakeview, we made a commitment to ourselves. We committed to our futures by pushing ourselves to learn, grow, and thrive at Lakeview. Our experiences gained over the last 4 years, while each unique and different, have permanently shaped who we are and how we are going to go forward in life. Going to Lakeview, we're used to overcoming adversity and tackling challenges head-on. Whether we're scrambling to fix something for SMV or ROV right before a competition, or just trying to survive a social studies project, we were able to identify what needed to be done so we could utilize all of our knowledge and solve it. But as I look back on the last 4 years, we've done so much more than just overcome adversity. We've been able to be ourselves and feel at home at Lakeview. We are proud of being our nerdy, geeky, and awkward selves, not afraid of it. For many, Lakeview is truly a second family, as we are able to share ideas, build memories with our peers and teachers that will last forever. I can certainly say that I have spent more hours at school than I can count, not because I had to, but because I wanted to. The class of 2020 is no stranger to the Lakeview spirit that gives us our unique identity and has contributed to it to make it even stronger. If I could only take away one lesson from high school, it would be learning to be adaptive. Life can get pretty crazy sometimes, but by being adaptive, we are preparing ourselves to combat any obstacle that gets in the way of our goals. As we venture out of the protective concrete walls of Lakeview and enter the real world, we need to remember to stay adaptive. While our future plans may look completely different than they did 4 months ago, I have confidence that our class will be able to adapt and thrive to whatever opportunities come our way. In the wise words of the late Steve Jobs, let's go invent tomorrow instead of worrying about what happened yesterday. With that, I challenge each and every member of the class of 2020 to go out and pursue their dreams. Yes, there are going to be setbacks. Yes, there are going to be changes. But if we stay focused on what we want to achieve in our lives, no matter how big or small, we'll be able to make those dreams come true. Thank you. Now, at this point in the ceremony, we turn our tassels. If you are wearing your graduation cap, please join me in this tradition. This gesture of moving the tassel from right to left symbolizes a movement from a candidate for graduation to a graduate. It is tradition to accept the conferring of the diploma by moving the tassel from right to left. And now, I will turn my tassel. Before we conclude tonight, I'd like to thank a couple people for getting us to this point. Thank you, parents and guardians, for always being there to support us when school got rough. But more importantly, thank you to all the teachers and staff at Lakeview. You are truly incredible and have shaped us in so many ways, both in and out of the classroom. Thank you to everyone who has helped our graduating class get to this point today, because we truly couldn't have done it without you. Thank you for watching Lakeview Technology Academy's virtual commencement ceremony this evening. Good night.